The Frederick C. Hobby Assembly Center here in Louisiana for today's basketball game between the Lady Tigers of Grambling State University and the Lady Jaguars of Southern University. Lady Jaguars come in with a record of 9-9 overall in today's game. They are 8-1 in the Southwestern Athletic Conference. Grambling State University comes up in today's basketball game with a record of 9-11 overall. They are 6-3 in the conference. I'm Ossie Clark, and joining me today is my good friend Cletus Imupe. Cletus, good game today between Grambling and Southern University should set the stakes for the rest of the conference.
Most definitely. Grambling State being third in the conference play currently, and the Southern Lady Jaguars being number one right now with an 8-1 SWAC record. We're definitely going to see an amazing game that's going to be a high-powered offense and a lot of versatility.
Southern University riding a 7-game winning streak coming in today's basketball game with their only loss this season to the Prairie View A&M University Lady Panthers. Overall, the Grambling State University Tigers come in with a 2-game winning streak, winning their last 2 games against Arkansas, Pine Bluff, and Mississippi Valley.
Honestly, this game that we're going to see today, you see with Southern University, they have a very, very balanced offense. They have a lot of height on their side, and they have a lot of talent on their side. But we at Grambling State have Chicago Hill, we have a very good core group of guards, and we have great coaching staff. So it should be an exciting game to see today.
There's a couple of ladies on this Southern University basketball team who are very tough than the Lady Tigers, even though they are on at all times.
And those ladies are Samantha Duncan, who's won the guards here, and Brianna Green. Brianna Green could give you points. She's not afraid to shoot the ball. She will give you points, as well as Samantha Duncan, who's been averaging about 16.5 points a game. So it's going to be a very interesting game to see.
Grambling Lady Tigers and the Southern University Jaguars. I've been saying Lady Jaguars. Sports Information Department, they go by Jaguars and not Lady Jaguars, so it's across the board at the university. But the Jaguars come into today's basketball game primed and ready to continue to move forward here in the conference. Grambling will have a little bit of a problem simply because of the front court that Southern University has. 3 or 4 young ladies over 6 feet tall.
Yes, you do. You have Sarai Blissett, Brianna Thompson, and Kennedy Lofton, 6'1", 6'2", and 6'2". So Grambling's tallest female player is Justice Coleman at 5'10", as well as you have Kaylin Gideon and Hannah Henderson at 6 foot and 6'3".
Grambling State University Lady Tigers and the Southern University Jaguars preparing for today's basketball game. We're just a moment away from tip-off here at the Frederick C. Hobby Assembly Center here in Grambling, Louisiana. The Lady Tigers lost to the Lady Jaguars in their first meeting this year between the two teams. The Lady Tigers lost 63-44 down in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Grambling not looking for revenge, just retribution.
And we'll see what the coaches at Grambling State would do to make those adjustments, because after losing the first game, I think they'll know what they need to do in order to beat Southern.
Grambling and Southern University ready to get this game tipped off here at the Hobby. Grambling will win the tip. The ball's in the hands of the Lady Tigers. Inside, first shot up, no good. Rebounded underneath by Southern University. And now pushed up the floor by the Lady Jags. Ball's in the hands of Charles. Charles has it, will dribble, drive, and kick over into the corner. Now the hands of Aubert. Ball's at the top of the key. Traveling violation going to be called against Brianna Green, the best basketball player, the best scorer at least, on this Lady Jaguar team. Grambling looking at full court pressure at this point. Cletus, 9:39 left to go here in the first quarter of play. Ball's in the hands of Shakyla Hill. Shakyla Hill had a quadruple double earlier this season. They beat the press, get the ball down inside, shot off the window, and good for the Lady Tigers. That's Parsons going to the line for the Lady Tigers.
That's how you have to attack the paint this early in the game. You got 6-footers all across that board. If you could get them to foul trouble early, it could be a very good day for the Lady Tigers.
2-0 our score. Grambling on top of Southern University in the beginning of this basketball game. Parsons at the line for Grambling State University. Parsons' shot is up, no good. Pushed up the floor by the Lady Jaguars. Charles with the basketball. Lady Tigers showing pressure, full court man-to-man. Dribble drive in the middle of the lane. Pass inside, up and good that time for Brianna Green, who was able to score the easy miss. Pushed up the floor, now the Lady Tigers will get in transition. Foul is going to be called against Southern University. Good job on one end by Southern University on the dribble drive attack, getting the ball inside to Brianna Green, and then Grambling comes right back, attacks the press, and was able to get transitional foul, and now they're at the line. 2-2 our score. At the line for the Lady Tigers is Justice Coleman,
who did come up a little wobbly after that foul, but that did not affect her shot.
I was always told, Cletus, that if you're going to foul, you have to foul hard.
Oh,
that was a real hard foul. Second free throw shot up and good. Lady Tigers up by 1. A little over 9 minutes left to go here in the quarter. All in the hands of Charles. Charles dribble, drive, tries to scoop it off the window, no good. Rebounded by the Lady Jaguars. Shot no good. Now rebounded by Monisha Neal, who will push up the floor for the Lady Tigers. 42 our score.
Good pass.
No good that time by Grambling State University's Parsons. Lady Jags with it. Charles with the ball at the top of the key. Be interesting to see how Southern University will attack this man-to-man defense of Grambling. Here's a dribble drive, and a foul is going to be called against Monisha Neal.
I do like what Grambling is doing here. They're doing like an extended box and one, taking out their key guard or making their guard play the ball harder and try to make a play, and then by making that extra pass, the Grambling defense will rotate and try to create that steal.
First free throw shot up, and it is good for Brianna Green. Green is the only scorer in the basketball game so far for the Lady Jaguars. She has all 3 points at this particular point. Second shot up and good for Brianna Green and the Jaguars of Southern University. 2-2-1 pressure being put on by Southern University. Broke pretty easy by the Lady Tigers. Kick back out, 3-point shot up. No good. Rebounded underneath by the Lady Tigers of Grambling. Monisha Neal from 3-point range. No good from the top of the key. Pushed up the floor by the Lady Jags.
We do know Monish can shoot the ball, and we know that she can give you points, being that she did just score her 1,000 points not too long ago. So maybe one shot, it's okay. It's a warm-up shot, but she will get in her groove, and if you let her.
Grambling violation called against the Jaguars, and it'll be Grambling's basketball. Monisha Neal was able to score 1,000 points. I believe that was against Arkansas Pine Bluff the other night. Bad pass that time by Neal. Normally not a bad player. Now the Lady Jags will back off. Shakila here with the basketball. Will get the ball down inside. Blocking foul is going to be called on Brianna Green of Southern University. Grambling will take the ball out underneath. Substitution being made by the Jaguars. We'll get her name here in just a second. Coming to the ball game for the Jaguars is Courtney Parsons. Grambling will get the ball, try to get it down inside to Monisha Neal. That ball will be tipped out by Southern University. You're seeing what a rival basketball game is supposed to look like in the beginning of the game. Very tough defense being played on both ends by both teams.
We definitely see a lot of baseline screens, and we see Graham doing a lot of cuts. I love what I'm seeing because the spacing is impeccable, and it's forcing Southern to make a lot of hard decisions.
Parsons shot up inside, no good. Good job of getting her the basketball just in a tight spot. Just wasn't able to kiss it off the window that time. Pressure being put on by the Lady Tigers as Southern University has the basketball.
Thus far, we haven't seen not one easy basket.
Here's a backdoor cut or cut by the Lady Jags. Shot going up and good for the Jags. That's going to be Samantha Duncan, who's the second best scorer on this team. 6-4 our score. Lady Jags on, the Jaguars on top. Ball's going to be ripped away from Monisha Neal. Neal gets up in the face of the lady of the Jaguars. Dribble drive. Blocking foul is going to be called. Good job that time of getting in the paint. Close. Bang, bang play that time.
Definitely debatable call.
6-4, our score. Jaguars on top. It's going to take me a little while to get out of the habit of saying Lady Jaguars for this game. Jaguars have the basketball. Back up top to Brianna Green. One thing you can definitely see is that this height and this length plays a big factor in today's basketball game for Southern University. Getting the ball inside. Now they'll kick it out. Three-point shot up. No good. Tipped out and rebound by Southern University. Gets the ball back down inside. Couple of passes and
3 seconds.
3-second violation is going to be called.
What we see with the Southern University basketball team is a lot of big play, a lot of inside-out play, a lot of guard play. So what they're trying to do is open up the inside and by opening up the outside as well.
6-4 our score. Kyla Hill with the basketball, dribble drive. She'll kick out to Neal. Neal puts it up from 15. Off the rim, no good, and rebounded underneath by Duncan. Pressure being put on. Kick out right. No good. Rebounded underneath by Grambling. That rebound by Justice Coleman. Kyla Hill with the ball. 6-4 outscore. Hill kicks it underneath. Nice teardrop layup put off the window that time by Parsons.
Buckets.
6-6 our score. A little over 5 left to go. Southern University 8-1 in the conference. They're the number 1 team in the conference at this particular point. Grambling, the number 2 team, at 6-3. Three-point shot goes up, no good. Rebounded by the Jaguars and put off the window that time by Scott. 8-6 our score. Bad Girls up by 2. They're showing full court pressure. Grambling beats it, 1-on-1, gets the ball down inside. Good job that time by Grambling's Gideon to put it off the window. Took a little bit of the bump at the beginning of that. I thought they were going to give her the three-point play. Shot goes up, no good underneath by Southern University, and a foul's going to be called against Anna Green. That's going to be her second foul.
Kaylin Gideon, 6'3" junior from Los Angeles, California. So we know she has skill, and she is everything but 6'3". She is everything and above 3.
8-8 our score, 4:52 left to go in the first quarter of play. We'll take this time out, and we'll be right back.
In between games.
The Jaguars have been challenged in today's game so far by the Lady Tigers of Grambling State University. Grambling will have the basketball. New set of people in for the Lady Tigers. Ball gets up the floor. Nice fake off the window. No good that time by Jackson for Grambling. Excuse me. Ball pushed up the floor. Rebounded underneath. That's going to go off of the Lady Tigers. That was Justice Coleman on the other side. Actually, that was a correction of the call. So it will be the Grambling's basketball. Still seeing a lot of pressure being put on by the Jaguars of Southern University. Grambling with the basketball, pushed up the floor. Pass comes back out, knocked. It's going to be stolen away. It's going to be now stolen away by Grambling State, kicked over. Good dribble drive, look inside. Oh, That time, Williams wasn't ready for the pass. 8-8 our score with 4 minutes and 14 seconds left to go. And Cletus, so far you're seeing in this basketball game where both teams are at this point trying to just keep attacking each other.
What will be the differentiating factor in this game is limiting turnovers. So far, we already seen 3 turnovers in the first quarter by Southern.
Williams puts the ball in for Grambling State University. Grambling back on top, 10-8. As this quarter is slowly but surely coming to an end. Ball's up at the top of the key. 3-point shot up and good. That time for Samantha Duncan. 2-point shot. 10-10 our score. Shekyla Hill with the basketball. Lady Tigers looking to get the ball down inside. Shekyla Hill dribble drives, kicks out, under, back out, 3-point shot up, no good. Didn't touch anything on that particular shot. Lady Jaguars running the floor. Ball's in the hands of Duncan. Duncan will give it up. Let's see what the Lady Jazz can do here offensively. Step back shot, no good. Rebounded underneath by the Lady Jaguars. Put back up, in and out of the rim that time for the Lady Jags. Pushed up the floor. Lady Tigers will get a foul on that play. That's Justice Coleman who will be going to the line.
Another drawn foul on another big.
Grambling's been doing a pretty good job of putting the bigs in bad situation. And for Coach Sandy Pugh at this particular point, that's not what you want to see happen to your team, because slowly but surely you're starting to break down.
We will see what this depth looks like from both aspects of these teams.
Justice Coleman's first shot is up, and it is good. A couple of substitutions coming in for the Jaguars. Blissett comes in, along with her. Second shot up and good as well for Coleman. Coleman on the year, only a 50% free throw shooter. She was able to put 2 in that time for the Lady Tigers. Jaguars will have the basketball. Good defense being played by both teams. You're seeing a lot of aggressiveness, a lot of chippiness between both teams, and the officials are trying to take control of this game relatively early.
A little chippiness never hurts anybody, but, you know, this is a rivalry game, and you will get that. So it is great that the referees are trying to take control early.
12-10 our score. Grambling on top. Brewerton gives it up. Now in the hands of Butler. Good defense being played by Grambling. 18 on the shot clock. Decent crowd here on hand here at the Assembly Center. Only 12 on the clock. Ball's going to be stolen away and then stolen back underneath to the Lady Jaguar, underneath Sierra Blissett.
We definitely see them trying to create a lot of mismatches.
Spacing is big for the Lady Jags, and you talked about that inside-out game that they're using to create that space that's necessary to score. 12-12 our score, just a little over a minute left. Ball's going to be tipped away by Brewerton. Brewerton gives it up. Shot up by Blissett, no good, and a foul's going to be called, and a moderate DDT being put on that time underneath by one of the Lady Jags after attempting the rebound. Good steal that time by the Lady Jaguars. Shot goes up, no good, and then right there at the end, you see the Lady Tiger come down and Lady Jag on top. 1:47 left to go here in the first quarter of play. 12-12 our score. We're going to step out and we'll be right back. Shekyla Hill will go to the line for Grambling. First free throw shot up and no good. Saw all the Lady Tigers down on this end. Thought Coach Murray had called the timeout. Did not that time. Shekyla Hill will go to the line. for her second shot. Hill only a 66% free throw shooter. Not great numbers for a guard.
Not at all, especially when you're playing at Southern University. You're going to need every single point. This is the #1 team in the SWAC.
13-12 our score. Lady Tigers on top by 1. Jags with the basketball. There's a cut. Oh, easy. Williams gets a foul call on her. Looked like there should have been a foul call earlier against the Lady Tigers, but this time a foul will be called, and it will send to the line Brianna Thompson, 6'2" freshman from La Plaza, Louisiana East St. John High School. First shot up and no good. 13-12 our score. Just a little over a minute left to go. Wonderful day for basketball here at the Frederick C. Hamdi Assembly Center in Grambling, Louisiana. It is also high school day here at Grambling State University.
Yes, I definitely had the opportunity to meet a lot of freshmen, incoming and prospective freshmen from all over. So it was a great opportunity, and they are all excited to be Grand Fam 2022.
13-12 our score. Chicago Hill with the basketball. Kyla kicks out. Nice move by Neal. Step over. Shot. Can't say enough about Monisha Neal and the way she plays for the Lady Tigers, giving it everything that she has when she's out there on the floor. 15-12 our score. Ball comes down inside. Another turnover. That was one of the things that you just talked about a minute ago that both of these teams had to be weary of, is turning the basketball over.
Of course, especially with all of the switches and a lot of the back picks and back screens, you will have very hard passes, and a lot of these guards will have to thread the needle with a lot of their passes.
Danielle Charles checks back into the ball game. And a turnover for Grambling State University, just as we were talking about turnovers. One for Southern, one for Grambling. 15-12 our score. The #1 team on the ladies' side in the Southwestern Athletic Conference. Here is the kick down inside to Thompson. Ball's going to be tipped away and stolen. Grambling will push up the floor. Hill with the basketball, spins in the lane, kicks it over. Monisha Neal, shot up, no good, didn't touch anything, but the ball will stay with Grambling State University with 30 seconds left to go on the clock. Didn't seem like Monisha had that little bounce that she needed to get that shot where she wanted.
She just needs to set her feet a little bit. That's all she needed.
Substitution for the Lady Jaguars coming back into the ball game is Courtney Parsons. Parsons, 5'7" guard from Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Shot inside, no good. But the Lady Tigers will go to the line. Williams will go to the line for Grambling. Foul called against Skylar Obey. Thompson at the line for Grambling State. First shot up, no good. Lady Tigers have struggled here early to complete the bunnies at the free throw line.
And it's only currently a 3-point deficit by the Lady Tigers. So all of these points will matter down the stretch.
Second shot up and no good. 15-12 our score, 25 seconds left to go. No shot clock. Dribble drive, should have been a travel call. Kissed it off the window that time, was good for Courtney Parsons. Hill with the basketball from Grambling State University.
8, 7, 6.
See what Hill was able to do.
4.
Gets it down inside to Monisha Neal. Neal couldn't kiss it off the window. Throws it off the glass. It's no good. And that's the way the quarter will end. 15-14. Lady Tigers on top. We'll step out, take this time out, and we'll be right back. 15-14 our score. Grambling on top of the on top of Southern University Jaguars. That's going to take me a little while. Here's the key thing that we're looking at. 8 turnovers for the Lady Jags and 6 turnovers for the Lady Tigers.
That's a lot of turnovers for a first quarter.
Grambling State University not faring very well also at the free throw line. Only 6 for 9. Shot goes up and in off the window. That's Thompson for Southern University.
I wouldn't be surprised if all the points that came from Southern had been within the post or close into the paint this game.
Grambling only shooting 33% from the field in this game. Chicago Hill in the middle of the lane. 2-5. Shot goes up and good. Nice way to put the kiss on it, Mark Jackson style. 17-16 our score. Grambling back on top. Lady Tigers have attempted three three-pointers. Haven't been able to get started in today's game from behind the arc. And Southern University 0 for 2 from behind the three-point line. Foul's going to be called against Grambling State University. First foul called against Justice Coleman. Southern University will take it out. Ball up at the top of the key. Parsons with it. 3-point shot being put up and good for Courtney. Was that Samantha Duncan that time? That knocked that one down. That was Duncan.
And she has that in her arsenal.
Monisha Neal gets the ball down inside. 3-point shot up, no good for the Lady Tigers. Their 4th miss of the ball game from behind the 3-point line. 19-17 our score. Lady Jaguars pushing. Ball over in the corner. Step on the out-of-bound line or the side-out line, and will be Grambling's basketball. Lady Jags 40% from the field in today's game, and Grambling just a little under, right at this point, 30% in the game. Hill with the basketball, looks up the floor, gets it down the floor. Ball's going to be tipped away. Scramble on the floor. It's going to be a jump ball situation. Looking at this game so far, what are the things that you think that the Lady Tigers will have to do to make a run here in the second quarter of this basketball game?
I definitely believe that they have to limit their turnovers, like I've said earlier. Definitely continue to jump into these passing lanes, because these guards from Southern are going to have to thread the needle to make a lot of these post passes that they're trying to do, as well as just converting and actually hitting threes. We see that they have hit 0 threes with the Tigers.
Wow. What a shot. By Monisha Neal, 3-point bucket that time.
Speaking on threes.
Wow.
That's a big one.
Nice way to put one down. Dribble drive in the lane, kicking it back out. 3-point shot up by Duncan. No good. The lefty that time missed it. The ball is going to be rebounded underneath, and a foul is going to be called. Crowd a little upset with the Lady Tigers for not boxing out on that last possession. 20-19 our score. Going to the line for the Jaguars. First free throw shot up, no good for the Jags. Courtney Parsons. Parsons checked in early in the ball game, coming off the bench for Coach Sandy Pugh's Jaguars. Second free throw shot up, no good as well. Both teams struggling immensely from behind the charity stripe.
They're free points. Make them count.
Monisha Neal with the basketball, looking down inside. Post shot goes up, no good that time for Gideon, who scored earlier in the contest. Here is the coast-to-coast, all the way down the floor that time for Courtney Parsons. Sub checking into the ball game for the Lady Jaguars. Going to be Jaden. $21-20 our score. Jaden Tomner. Lady Tigers break the Jaguars press, get it down the floor, up and in. Good job by Jasmine Boyd to put that one in, but it started with that Monisha Neal pass over the top of the defense.
How important do you believe that this full-court press will be in Southern's arsenal?
So far, the Lady Tigers have been able to work against it pretty well, so I don't know unless it really comes down to down the stretch whether or not they can do it. Foul is going to be called or shot clock. Trying to make sure and see what's going on here. Whether it's a missed layup opportunity underneath. Let's see what happens here. She goes in. It was a missed layup. Now the question is not necessarily if it was just a missed layup, but actually did that ball actually hit the rim?
From my view, it didn't look. It hit the rim.
Let's see here.
Nope, kissed right off to the backboard.
Forward.
Did not hit the rim at all. So they should not have reset the shot clock.
And it's one of those situations where the persons who are actually having to look at the shot clock or look at the rim, boy, that didn't look like it touched anything. But the person that's looking, that's having to reset, may have thought that it touched the rim, but it really did not. See from this angle, whether or not it touched anything, boy, it didn't look like it touched anything.
Nope.
Man, if it did, it just
grazed it at bare minimum, but did not touch it at all.
22-21 our score. Grambling on top of Southern University. This is high school day here at Grambling State University. Nice crowd on hand. Pet band in the house of Grambling State University Lady Tigers today.
It is Grand Fam everywhere and anywhere you look. But Southern University also did come out and support. You see them right around their bench. A lot of blue and yellow.
It's always nice to see how this particular game brings out people from the area that come to Grambling State University here at the County Assembly Center. And like I say, so far so good. Good crowd on hand for today's game for a big conference matchup at the beginning of the second half of the basketball season here in the Southwestern Athletic Conference. And the time to make a statement is right now, especially if you're the Grambling Lady Tigers. You're tied at this particular point with Jackson State University with a 6-3 record overall. So right now you got to start making some moves if you're going to catch Texas Southern and Southern University.
And this is the game to do so. If you are able to show Southern what kind of team you are right now, what kind of balance you guys have, and so down the stretch you're able to show that you can compete when it comes to SWAC play.
One of the big players for the Grambling Lady Tigers who continue to impress people week in and week out is not only Monisha Neal, but Shakila Hill. Shakila Hill is a big-time basketball player and continues to get better every single week that she's out there on the floor. And in order for you to be successful on any level in basketball, you got to have a field general or a floor general.
She has been unopposed and unaffected by this press. That's her showing her talent and her skill level.
Shot goes off the window, no good. Rebounded underneath by Grambling. Lady Jag is down on the other side. Grambling kicks out. 3-point shot goes up, but no good. I believe that there was a player that was hit in the face for Southern University, and that is Samantha Duncan. Grambling was able to push down on their end, shoot the try the 3-point shot. But right now you're looking at Samantha Duncan, the second leading scorer on the Lady Jaguars team, who took a very bad shot, and she's being escorted off of the floor right now and into the locker room area to be checked to see what's going on. Coach Sandy Pugh comes off the bench to check on her.
There's also a little bit of blood on the court currently, so this is definitely going to put this game at a stop. We hope that this young lady is okay, no matter how chippy, no matter what kind of,
She took an elbow, looked like in the nose. Right there.
Yeah, and it was definitely unintentional. That was not on purpose.
Oh, you hate to see anything like that happen, but in the game of basketball, it's something that happens kind of consistently, whether you want to believe it or not, whether elbows to the stomach, elbows to the face and the neck, but it was an attempt for a rebound and took the elbow right in the nose.
And to take
or
it
in the face. And
to take it even a step further, that was Samantha Duncan who took that elbow to the face. She is a big part of this Southern University basketball team. She averages 16.5 points a game for Southern University. She's one of their leading scorers and one of their most, I would say, their Draymond to their Golden State.
Yes.
She is their field general in a way that they kind of facilitate the offense through her. She's the emotional leader. So, her not being on the floor for most of this game could really be a swing in Grambling's offensive Grambling's play.
Here's a question that I pose to any coach. When you have a play that has a nice flow, or a game that has a nice ebb and flow, and then you have these long stoppages of play, how does that really affect the way the teams come back out after that ebb and flow is gone?
I honestly believe it depends on the team, because a great team is going to be able to use whatever happens as momentum and fuel to continue throughout the game. Now, if you aren't hot, you have to figure out a way to keep those players hot and warm and going in this little period of time.
Asa Clark along with Cletus Imope here for today's basketball game between the Lady Tigers of Grambling State University and the Southern Jaguars. And again, they do not like to be referred to as Lady Jaguars, just Jaguars. You know, for a number of years I've been doing these games, over 20 years, and never knew that they just like to be called Jaguars.
Well, it's just the way that things are going now, and everything's more gender neutral, and everyone feels like they have to have respect in the way that they mention each other. So it's all perfectly fine. Where professionals will make it happen.
Counter just knocked down the 15-footer, pass over the top of the press in a bad spot for Grambling. Ball's on the floor. Lady Jags come away with it. See if they can get numbers. Ball's going to be tipped away, and it'll stay with the Lady Jags.
Great stop by Shakala Hill.
Shakala Hill plays on both sides of the floor. She's just not a great player offensively, but she also plays well defensively. Substitution being made for Grambling State. Parsons comes back in for Justice Coleman. And Gideon comes out, and taking her place is going to be, I think that's D-Ray Taylor. Lady Jags up by 1. 23-22, a little over 5. Foul's going to be called on the dribble drive that time. Parsons going to be called for the foul for Grambling. New shot clock being put up for the Lady Jags. 23-22, Lady Jags on top. Lady Jags 99 overall this year, 8-1 in the conference. Trying to improve play. Almost should have been a travel call. Shot goes up and good that time for a counter. Wow. Ball's going to be stolen underneath, and a foul underneath Paul. That was going to go against, I believe, Williams.
What a momentum swing right out of that timeout. You would think, like we just spoke about, what would you do if you're the coach? How do you keep a good team warm or hot? And we're seeing it right now.
Coach Murray not happy about that last turnover that led to the Lady Jaguars being able to go to the line. Shot goes up and good. That's Charles at the line for Southern University. Dianye. Second shot up, no good, over the back. Foul is going to be called. Easy call to make that time. The Lady Tigers put a body against the body underneath the rim.
Especially when you're playing against Southern University and a bigger team, you have to box out. We have to get back to the intangibles that got you here in the first place.
Diagonal pass, beat the press. Taylor with the basketball, gets it down underneath. Shot goes up, off the window, no good again. Grambling struggling, suffering. No call, Southern University wanted to travel. Taylor shot no good underneath. Monisha Neal rebounds it, and a foul will be called. Boy, that was a lot of action in just about 15 seconds.
During those press breaks, or when you break the press after you hit half court, you have a 3-on-2. So what Grambling needs to do is be able to recognize that 3-on-2. You can pick and pop. You can swing the ball out, take the hard three, because you do have the rebounders there.
And the true basketballers would know what you mean when you say pick and pop. on that is no more than the old-fashioned, what I like to call it, a little older than you are, Cletus, pick and roll basketball. First free throw shot up and good. Same concept.
For those who don't know what a pick and pop is, basically finding a space within the transition to take a easier or higher percentage shot because you have a balance or you have an imbalance from defense to offense.
Second shot up and good that time. Lady Tigers still trailing by 2, 26-24. In a pivotal basketball game to start the second half of the conference here. Ball's going to be turned over. By the Jaguars. It'll be Grambling basketball.
They're going to charge you a quarter every time you say Lady Jaguars.
I tell you what, I have a pocket full of them. I feel like an old man today. 26-24, ball turned over as Kyla Hill tried to dribble in the lane that time. Ball goes down inside. Ball's going to be stolen away by Grambling State University after a pass inside that time to Blissett. Kick out to Monisha Neal. Neal has it, and she'll set the offense right now. Parsons has it. Grambling trying to do a couple of backdoor cuts. Kyla Hill has the dribble drive. Will get in the lane. Kicks it underneath to Taylor. High basketball game 26-26 between the Lady Tigers and the Lady Jaguars. Ball comes down inside. Shot off the window. Good job. Way to protect the ball that time by Courtney Parsons underneath.
We see a lot of great ball movement as well on both ends of the floor. So it's great to see. This is going to be an amazing game.
Hill dribble drive. Kicks it. Ball's going to be tipped away. She gets Good job that time. Ball tipped underneath, and then she was able to recover.
And one. Buckets all Russ.
Hill, not a great basketball player, not a great free throw shooter, only shooting 66% from the line. She's already 1 for 2 in the basketball game, 28-28 our score. Grambling on the Lady Tigers on top of the Jaguars, tied up 28-28. We've had various lead changes throughout the course of this basketball game. And apparently they're going to go to the camera, to the replay, to see exactly who the foul must have been against. You see Coach Murray giving some encouraging words along the way to Alexis Williams.
After looking at this game, after going in and we have 4 minutes left in the second quarter before we go into the half, what are some things that you've already noticed that will be pivotal in differentiating between who will be a winner and who will go home with that?
Well, it's too hard to really determine at this particular point who will be a winner and who would be a loser right now, because both teams are playing well on both sides of the floor. If they could eliminate the turnover aspect of the basketball game on both ends and play a little cleaner, the score would be a much higher scoring basketball contest going into the second half.
We see a lot of pressing on both ends of the ball, on both sides of the ball. We see a lot of active hands, active feet on defense. The X factor will come down to who will have less turnovers, who will convert on their turnovers, and who will make those free throws.
The key elements to any game, I was told by one coach, is free throws, turnovers, and rebounds. Whoever wins those categories has a tendency to win the basketball game. Now, if you lose 2 out of 3 of those, chances are, if you win the game, it's because you did something else exponentially well.
And we also see with Grambling, with the Lady Tigers, we need to see a lot more boxing out, getting back to those intangibles. You are kind of out-heighted on both sides of the ball right now from guard play as well as your bigs in the paint and your post.
One of the things that you can also notice is that on the man-to-man defense, especially as the Lady Jaguars are making a move to the goal, that the Lady Tigers are not doing a good job of moving their feet, getting in position, and making them have to kick out for the longer shots because they're standing straight up. They're more vertical, and they need to be down in a working position where they can move their feet and cut off anything that's trying to get to the rim.
as well as making sure that you keep the ball in front of you. I see a lot of beating of the first guard, and then once a Jaguar beats a Lady Tiger, looks for that higher percentage pass, that last minute pass, kind of taking in the defense and then dishing the rock. So what you need to do is making sure that you keep the ball in front of you, as well as keep them outside of that first level of the arc.
A lot of things going on here this week at the Hamdi. We have high school day here today for the doubleheader between the Grambling Lady Tigers, between the Grambling State University and Southern University, and then Monday night, another big matchup, Grambling and Alcorn here. Those games will be at 5:30 and 7:30 respectively. That is Greek night here at the Hamdi. So you got a lot of exciting things transitioning here at Grambling State University, and then on the 17th, later on, the Grambling State University will take on Jackson State, and that will be Breast Cancer Awareness Day. This is still discussing and talking about who the foul may have been on. Want to make sure that they get everything right, and you don't mind that stopping the play to make sure that you get things correct. It's when you stop play and nobody knows anything after they've left from watching the replay screens exactly what's going on. Going to be one shot, so apparently it must have been an intentional foul called. Shakyla Hill at the line, shot up and good. So Hill goes to the line for the three-point play, and then now Monisha Neal will go to the line to shoot it. Some form of intentional foul. First shot up and good. 30-28 our score. 4 minutes left to go here. Shakyla Hill saying the reason why the intentional foul was called, Monisha Neal knocks down the second shot, was because of the actual foul that took place. So Hill had an opportunity to finish the three-point play, and then Monisha Neal had an opportunity to go to the line to shoot the intention. So Grambling up by 3. Lady Tigers moving the basketball. Parsons with the ball, now to Hill. Hill has it at the top. 12 on the shot clock, ball down inside. Williams put the shot up and good. Only thing that you can say about that you probably didn't like is the fact that she took a little bit off of the trajectory of her shot by kind of arching back, but maybe that was because of the bump that she took.
Very patient move, very patient pass, very patient offense, and that goes right to 2 points right there on the scoreboard.
33-28 our score. Motion offense being run, ball inside at the free throw line, 15-footer, no good. Rebound underneath by Monisha Neal, who will push up the floor, being pressured, and nobody stayed to help, but Neal was able to break the press pretty easy. Oh, the pressure pretty easy. Neal has it, 18 on the clock. Shakyla Hill in the lane, gets it underneath to Taylor. Taylor should have been fouled her. The ball was actually hit out of her hand. Going to be called on Williams on this end. Williams again not moving her feet, trying to get in defensive position. Boy, I tell you one thing that this game has not lacked from beginning to end is actually action. It has been action-packed from start to finish. Shot goes up and good.
And we see DeRay still not happy about that call, but she will play through it and work through it.
Tamaya Butler at the line for the Jaguars, 5'7" guard from Atlanta, Georgia. Played at Maynard Jackson High School. Coach Sandy Pugh has done an outstanding job of recruiting and bringing excellent players to her program at Southern University. That's why they're 8-1.
We see we got a couple of players from Florida. We have one from Mississippi. We got a lot of local in Louisiana. And we have, like I said, a bunch in Georgia. So the South is definitely represented on this team.
Taylor does a good job that time of being able to convert after Grambling breaks the pressure. Shot goes up and good. That's Brianna Green on the 15-footer. Long pass to Taylor. Taylor can't foul. Good job that time by Shakyla Hill. to see Taylor because she was in a bevy of people running down the floor.
And that's the field general, that's Shakila Hill.
Speaks volumes about her ability to lead this basketball team. Taylor going to the line for Grambling. Good job that time of finding her. First free throw shot up and good. Taylor, a 63% free throw shooter. Second shot up is also good. Taylor from Reserve, Louisiana. That little area is known for its basketball play. Many years they had Reserve High School down in that area, and they were a basketball juggernaut. 37-32. Jaguars with the basketball, looking down inside. Shot goes up off the window. No good that time. Took away by Taylor. Taylor ahead of everybody. Puts it off the window, and she's going to be, foul, and then run right into one of the cheerleaders who was standing behind the goal.
Sheesh. Right in the kisser.
We talked about chippiness and tough play and hard fouls. You're going to see it in this basketball game. Wasn't that hard of a foul? It was just after the play was over with, that little bit of a bump, bumped Taylor off.
But Taylor's tough, and she will bounce back. That is not going to be any problem. You could tell that she's one of the emotional leaders on this court as well. That brings that toughness that the Lady Tigers need.
37-32, first shot up, no good for Taylor. Minute 48 remaining here in the first half of play. And what a basketball game it has been between the Lady Tigers and the Jaguars of Southern University. Both free throw shots no good that time. Taylor tries to recover on the defensive side of the ball. Good hand that time. Three-point shot being put up, no good. Rebounded underneath by Southern. Taylor mistimed her jump that time for the rebound. Ball's up high to Green. Now back in the hands of Butler. Butler will give it up. Back pick that time in the lane. Brianna Green, no good. Rebounded by Hill. Hill will make the pass to Neal. Neal has it tipped off of her leg. Taylor has the basketball. And a timeout is going to be called by the Lady Tigers. 30-second timeout. 37-32. We'll step out right along with them, and we'll be back right after this timeout.
My name is Yolanda Decker-Williams. I'm from Houston, Texas, and I am the battalion commander of the Army ROTC program at Grambling State University. I'm glad that I chose the route of doing ROTC because I'm actually able to go to college, get my education, and still be a cadet and learn how to do training and get that discipline. They're able to teach us how to adapt to everything, how to become resilient, how to stand our ground, and to learn how to be more independent, but to work as a team. We are here to work for the community. At the ROTC program, we love giving back. If anyone has the opportunity to join the ROTC, they should do it because it's a life-changing event.
Family road trips just got a whole lot easier. The 2018 Nissan Rogue. Now with Nissan Intelligent Mobility, featuring technologies like available ProPilot Assist, which helps keep an eye on the road ahead and helps you stay centered while you're turning this lane into memory lane. Get to Nissan, proud supporter of college athletics.
37-32 our score. Grambling with the basketball. The foul is going to be called underneath. And Monique will go to the line as the Lady Jaguars are in foul trouble here in the first half of this game. 3 big fouls on Skylar Oback. Free throw shot up and good from Monique Chanel. $60 seconds remaining here in the first half. Neal still at the line. Grambling. I thought the first shot was good.
It was.
Second shot, no good. Scoreboard didn't change any, so it's 37-32. 5-point advantage for Grambling. Jags moving the basketball. Trying to work for that one good shot. 15 footer from the left elbow, good for Brianna Green.
She's borderline money from anywhere in the elbow.
Monisha Neal with the basketball. 37-34. 18 on the clock. Parsons with the basketball. Gives it up to Neal. Neal gives it back to Parsons. 8 on the clock. Dribble drive. Nice crossover dribble shot. Short. Rebounded and thrown off. Oh! As it says, it's going to be out of bounds against Grambling. Good job. Let's see, it did touch Grambling last as Monisha Neal was going out of bounds. So actually now the score has changed. 38-34. 8 seconds remaining for this SWAC matchup between the Lady Tigers and the Southern University Jaguars. Green inbounds the basketball, gives it back to Green. Green with 6 on the clock, will dribble coast to coast, and a foul's going to be called. Blocking foul's going to be called. Oh my.
That was close. That was close.
One of the hardest calls in basketball to make for any official. I don't know. That one was in the vicinity where it looked like it should have been charged. But maybe because she was moving at the same time. Shot goes up and good for Brianna Green. Green has 9 points in the basketball game for Southern University. 1.2 seconds left on the clock. 38-35 our score. Has been a dandy here from the Frederick C. Hobby Assembly Center. Second shot up and good. Substitution is going to be made as Green will check out. And Lagarde would check in. That should end the quarter. And that's going to do it with the Grambling Lady Tigers on top of the Southern Jaguars, 38-36. Let's see what adjustments will be made at halftime and see what type of game we will have. We'll take this time out and we'll be back with
GSU halftime. Shout out to the world fame. First up, we gonna have the Kinesiology Club coming with the halftime game. Kinesiology Club, what y'all got? Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. You show? All right, baby. How y'all doing tonight? No, they did. They did. How y'all doing? My name is Ryan Johnson. I'm the president of the Kinesiology Department Club here at Grambling State University. And today we were blessed with the opportunity to give back to you guys, you understand what I'm saying?
Hello everyone, I'm Jasmine King and I am the president of Phi Epsilon Kappa Honors Fraternity Incorporated. Oh, did I tell what we do?
All right, we about to get ready to pick some random students, some random high schoolers to come do this halftime performance. Who y'all gonna pick? Who y'all got? Who y'all got? Who y'all got? They gonna pick some randoms. They gonna pick some randoms.
I feel like I need to do a three-point shootout right now. What's up? Three-point shootout right now. You start in the middle right here. Right here, 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 right here. Three-point shootout right now. You first. Right here, right here. In between, turn the middle. Right about now. It's a ball, it's a word, back again. DJ Manning. One, two, and three. DJ, that's my DJ, go DJ, that's my DJ, go DJ, that's my DJ, go DJ. All right, you got zero. You got them. I know y'all. You back over there? You back over there? Oh, we got it. Look like we got a winner. Look like we got a winner. What's your name? Where you from? Where you came from? The Delta's gonna present you with a basket. No, that's not Delta. They can't. Oh, okay. My bad. Okay. The sponsor, I'm gonna let you say it. Look. Now we gonna get a picture with the man. We ain't hear you though. We ain't hear you. So. Oh, it's so precious. And it was the halftime show. Look here, y'all. Chicken doesn't mean you ain't doing halftime.
three-point attack. You're looking at the Grambling Lady Tigers attack the Southern University Jaguars, doing an outstanding job of just breaking that press that Southern University has been using throughout the course of this game.
We've also seen Kayla Gideon being a big factor and being a big force in the paint, being able to get a lot of rebounds and a lot of putbacks as well.
Can't say enough about Shakila Hill and the job she's been able to do in today's game for Grambling State University. And then, of course, Monisha Neal also stepping up and playing big-time basketball.
Especially when it comes to Shakila, her ability to keep calm under this Southern University full-court press and limit as much turnovers as Southern University is traditionally used to when they play other teams.
Shakila Hill from Grambling State University in the basketball game has 6 points. Monisha Neal has 10 points for Grambling State University, but the lady that they have to be able to stop on the other end, Brianna Green, has 10 points in this basketball game as well. She's shooting 50% from the field.
She's been a huge impact player and been able to make all the plays around her a lot better. Like I said, she's money anywhere around that elbow and in that paint.
Jaguars and the Lady Tigers getting ready for the second half of this game. What adjustments do you think that the Lady Tigers needed to make to get this game where they wanted for as a victory is concerned?
I believe the Lady Tigers have to make Southern make harder shots and take harder shots, as well as limit the free throw attempts on the other side of the ball. Southern University went to the line 12 times, as well as had a lot of high percentage in the field goal range. So if you limit those two and make the shots harder on their end, this should definitely go in the Lady Tigers' way.
Turnover for the Jaguars. That's their 13th of the game. Shakila Hill with the basketball for Grambling. Jags have 13 turnovers to Grambling's 10. Monisha Neal dribble drives, 13-footer up, no good, rebounded by Grambling. Both teams doing fairly well on the rebounding scene. Nice pass that time by Shakila Hill, giving it up to Coleman, who was able to finish.
Beautiful rebound. Good force and great block that we just saw.
Good job by the Lady Tigers. Shakila Hill on the other end just a moment ago, showing you her versatility and her willingness to get in the land of giants and come away with a rebound.
I think something that we don't give Shakila enough credit for is her vision. How she's able to see little spaces to get the ball and able to actively pass it to them.
Jaguars with the basketball. Grambling up by 4. Moving around the horn. Off back up top to Charles. Swinging over in the corner. 3-point shot up. No good underneath, but rebounded by Green underneath. No good. Now Grambling with the ball. That's Parsons pushing it up the floor.
The adjustment on the defensive end is very interesting, how they brought Gideon out to defend those corners and taking her out of position to be a rebounding force in the paint.
Foul's going to be called against Shakila Hill. 40 to 36 our score. We talked about the rebounding department. That was one of the areas where people early in the basketball game were a little concerned about the Lady Tigers. Lady Tigers have 20 rebounds overall going back to halftime, 8 of them on the offensive end, and Southern University with 23 boards and 8 of them on the offense. Here is the pro step in the middle. Shot goes up, no good. Kicked out, 18-footer, no good, and now Grambling basketball. Not seeing Southern University come out with the efficiency that they showed early in this contest. They're a little sloppy to start the ball game. You talked about the box in one look, and you see that's what Southern University is basically doing against Shakila Hill.
And we got to also be mindful, Samantha Duncan has not returned to the game.
Good job of getting the ball inside that time for Grambling State, but that time Gideon couldn't finish. You talked about Duncan. Duncan, good basketball player, double-figure player for Southern University. It's hard to win basketball games when your second-best threat is not on the floor. Here's a steal by Shakila Hill. Hill going coast to coast, puts it off the window, no good. Going to be rebounded back to the hands of Hill, who puts it off the glass.
Sheesh. I was about to say, you got a 3-on-1. If you don't convert that, those are those points that you'll regret down the field.
42-36 our score. Grambling still on top. Southern three-point shot going up, in and out, but it goes into the rim for the bucket. Three-point bucket, good for Southern University. Here's the trap by Southern. Picked up. Coleman with the basketball. Gives it up to Thompson. Beautiful job of working against that pressure.
And that's what happens when you do a full court press. You do have vulnerable points within your press, and you leave mismatches down in the post.
Jaguars will move the basketball around. Charles with the ball now in the hands of Scott. Green kicks it back out to Charles. Charles does a little up fake. Backdoor cut, nice job.
Gideon got caught looking.
That's Towner putting it up and in for Southern University. And you can't stand around and get caught looking. You got to make sure that you're in a position where you can work defensively. Here is the spin in the lane. Hill will turn it over. One of the few turnovers in the basketball game, I believe she has. That's her 5th turnover of the game. Ball down inside to Charles, and it's going to be a foul called against Gideon. Kaylin Gideon gets that foul. Got it with the body first, apparently.
All she had to do is keep her arms straight up.
Yeah, when you're 6'3" and the person that's going to the free throw line is a mere 5'6" or 5'7", you don't have to do too much.
At all, just be a force.
Three-point advantage for Grambling at this point, 44-41. Free throw shot up and good that time for Charles. Substitution being made for Southern University. That's going to be Thompson stepping off the floor and Courtney Parsons stepping off. Second free throw shot up, no good. Not a good job boxing out by the Lady Tigers. Lady Jags come away with the basketball. Jags will move it around the top of the key with 20 on the shot clock. Lady Tigers trying to sag off, look like almost zone defense, but it's a man-to-man. Ball comes inside, step through, up and under, no good, rebounded underneath by Gideon.
Way to play big.
Playing big is exactly what the bigs will have to do in this basketball game, especially against this length that Southern University has.
And Southern University's bigs are chippy, like we said earlier. They're ferocious. They're not here to play what traditionally people may call girl basketball. That's not what this is about. They are playing women's basketball, and they're playing it with a lot of tenacity.
Dribble drive and the kick out for the three-pointer right here. No good, rebounded underneath. Then it's going to be tipped away out of the hands of Gideon. Substitution about to be made for Southern University. Here's a good job of dribble drive and kicking out, and then the extra pass. Couple of substitutions for Southern University coming into the ball game. It's Towner again. And I also believe that's Tamaya Butler who checked back in. You talked about Samantha Duncan not coming back into the ball game at this particular point. Jaguars only trailing by 2 without Duncan on the floor.
And the Lady Tigers brought in Jasmine Torian as well. That's someone that we definitely have to keep our eyes on. Another bigger body that's on the court that can definitely play great defense, get some boards, as well as score the ball.
Parsons will pick up another foul. That's her 4th personal of the game. And with that foul being called, a timeout is going to be made. 5 minutes left to go here in the third quarter of play. Grambling and Southern, 44-42 is our score.
Let's hear it for your GSU.
Welcome back to the Frederick C. Hobby Assembly Center here in Grambling, Louisiana. Ossie Clark, along with my good friend and my good brother, Cletus. Yes, sir, Mr. Emope. If you're nasty. Ball comes into the hands of Shakyla Hill. Grambling using everything, but that was a bad pass by Shakyla Hill. Turnover. She had the young lady beat, going to the rim. Shot goes off the window and good for Southern University's Scott. Now pushed up the floor by Grambling. Tied basketball game. First time we've seen Jasmine Torian in the ball game. Kick out. 3-point bucket going up. No good. And now the hustle for the rebound.
You have to get those random rebounds, some extended rebounds. Every point counts. Everything counts when you're playing at Southern University. And then a lack of a box out on the opposite end.
That's Brianna Green going over the top to get that rebound and the putback. Southern on top by 2. You got to make sure now in this day, in this age of playing basketball, that you officially put your body and push somebody out of the way, even if they're in the air sometimes. 3-point shot up. Bang, bang, bang. That's one way to come in and make an instant impact. Jasmine Torian coming in for the Lady Tigers, knocking down the 3 and giving Grambling the 1-point advantage.
A big body that can shoot the rock and can give you those points that you need. Always appreciated.
Second half of the conference here getting started. Green shot up and good. Oh my goodness. She is as pure as Caesar's wife. Silky smooth.
Cocoa butter.
Neal with the basketball, gives it up. Inside pass by Boyd, tipped away, up the floor to Green. Green puts it off the window pretty easy. 3-point advantage for the Lady Jags. For the ladies of Southern University, I should say.
You see that they're trying to take the ball out of Shakyla's hand. They don't even want her to get the ball. Full court press all the way down, and they have number 14, Tamaya Butler, on her the entire way through.
Bad pass that time. Ball's going to be tipped. Oh, it's tipped! Oh, she hit the ball.
Wow.
Oh, my goodness gracious. Awful call that time she tipped the ball. Well, Samantha Duncan's ready to check back into the ball game. You can tell she took an elbow right over the eye. But Duncan will sit back down. Ball's in the hands of Charles now. Still a 3-point advantage for the ladies of Southern University. Coach Pugh giving instructions. Got an overload on one side of the floor. 10 on the shot clock. Charles with the basketball, and a foul is going to be called underneath against the big girl. Is that her third foul? 33. Sarah Blissett. Ball's over the top in the hands of 3 seconds in the lane. Ball inside. Lights go out here in the Assembly Center on one side of the floor.
Another debatable call, and you hear it from the crowd how they feel about that one.
Makeup on the other end, maybe?
Hopefully.
Good, yes.
Because these little calls can be the difference maker between a victory and an L.
Had a 6'3" player on a player that's about 5'10" and a half. Tipped away, ball never lies. Ball's in the hands of Coleman. Coleman will pull it out. Being very smart, gives it up to Shakyla Hill. Hill dribble, drives, kicks it inside, turns it over. Ball comes up the floor. That's Brianna Green on the other end for Southern University. Monisha Neal has it, 2-on-1. Gives it up inside to Coleman. Coleman fumbles it. And a timeout going to be called by Coach Sandy Pugh and the ladies of Southern University.
Sheesh. What a momentum swing that we're seeing here tonight.
52-47. Not sure if it's a full timeout, but we'll step out along with them. We'll take this timeout. We'll be right back. Seconds remaining here in the third quarter of play. Southern University on top of Grambling, 52-47. Has been an interesting game so far, Cletus, between Grambling and Southern. A lot of momentum shifts, a lot of lead changes.
And a lot of it also has to do with the referees' calls as well. We saw two back-to-back calls that were semi-questionable if you would ask the fans who came to this game today. And we see that Southern was able to capitalize off of those two calls.
Jump ball is going to be called. Possession is going to go to the Lady Tigers of Grambling State University. Minute 20 left to go here in the third quarter of play. Here's the other thing. The back-to-back calls were definitely questionable, but then you have to talk about the turnovers that the Lady Tigers had a couple of possessions in a row.
Oh, definitely. Just the last one, let's talk about the last one, for example. That was a pristine opportunity for a quick 2 points, and it was touched her hands, and she was not able to convert. Those little things in the stretch of the game are going to all matter when it talks about who will come out victorious today.
Duncan back in the ball game for Southern University after taking an elbow earlier, and now the officials are talking to Coach Sandy Pugh. Good job here as they look at the replay of Grambling getting on the floor, hustling. That makes up a big difference for a lot of mistakes. I was told by a coach many years ago, hustle makes up for mistakes. And so you're watching the Grambling Lady Tigers truly hustle in today's basketball contest.
Most games when you play that are two competitive teams that are evenly matched with a lot of talent, it's going to just come down to who wants it more.
That's a proven thing right there with the shot going up and in from Monisha Neal. How bad do you want it? Shot on the other end by Southern University, kind of a rush shot. Let's see what's going to happen. Going to be Lady Jaguars ball?
How?
Not really sure how.
Let's look again.
Look at the replay. Shot goes up there, and man, that's tough. 52-49 to score. Grambling down by 3. Dribble drive in the lane by Charles, kicks it out. 3-point bucket going up, no good, didn't touch anything. Pass down the floor to Justice Coleman. Coleman off the window, up and good. Momentum shifts throughout the course of this game, and a good job that time by Grambling on the rebounding end, and then the long outlet for the easy score.
What we're seeing is Grambling maximizing their momentum and playing smarter.
That's a bad foul.
Very. 6-3.
You don't have to do that
at all.
Good dribble drive there, and when you have to go over the body or across your body to try to block, that's an easy call for an official to make.
But what that also shows is the defense intangibles needing to be reinforced, especially as a big. as I played big in high school, I understand how hard it is to be a big. But when you're a big, you have to still get low. You have the weight, the wingspan, but you still have to get low and be able to move. And when you can't, you get into foul situations.
Brianna Green for Southern University at the line. Hit the first shot, second one up, and good. That's her 20th point of the basketball game. Gideon in foul trouble for Grambling State University with her third foul just a moment ago. 54-51. Neal and Duncan exchange unpleasantries with each other, and Duncan also exchanged unpleasantries with the official, saying that she pushed off. 23 seconds remaining here in the quarter. What a game we've had here at the Frederick T. Hobley Assembly Center.
So far, we've seen some blood and some sweat, no tears. Whoever loses tonight, this could be another potential conference rematch that we may see.
Neal gives it up. Gives it up to Jasmine Boyd, who hits the shot off the window. Good. Three-pointer going up, and it will be no good. Wow. 54-53-hour score. Let's see what that final stanza will be for Grambling and Southern. We'll take the time out. Hit the ball inside to Jasmine Boyd, and Jasmine Boyd was able to kiss it off the window to give the Jaguars, give Grambling a little bit of a deficit now. Went from a 3-point deficit to a 1-point deficit. 54-53-hour score. Final stanza. Let's see who flummoxed here in the fourth quarter.
And also what we definitely see is the crowd is in the game. And whenever you got home court advantage and your crowd is here to support you, that also can be a difference maker.
Grambling State University shooting 44% from the field. Southern University at 43% at this point. Here's a big thing. Both teams with 17 turnovers in the ballgame.
Sheesh, 17 turnovers, and those points over turnovers have not been maximized on either side of the ball. So we will have to see what they'll both be able to do in the last final stretch of this game.
All out to Charles. Thought about it. 10 on the shot clock. Oh my God, it parted like a missed shot, and then a rebound underneath by Southern University. That's Duncan coming in and putting it off the window.
Duncan is their leading scorer and their most consistent scorer. So her being back on this court means so much for Southern University.
Neal with the basketball for Southern, getting the ball down inside. Shot up, no good. Kicked out. Torian for three, no good. Rebounded underneath by Southern. Pushed up the floor. Duncan with the basketball. Now back in the hands of Charles. Charles with the ball, will give it up to Green. Green gives it up on the cut that time. Ball back up high to Charles. 6 on the clock. Ball in the hands of Brianna Green. Cut again. And a foul's going to be called on that.
Wow. Ooh. It looked like she was not in control of the ball, just happened to throw it up. And Shakala Hill just happened to be around her.
Let's see what happens here. I guess they called it because she was coming in under her after the pass. Nevertheless, Lady Jaguars at the line. Skylar Aubert hits her first point of the ball game, 57-53. The ladies of Southern University on top by 4 over the Grambling Lady Tigers. Shot goes up and good. 5-point advantage, Southern University. Let's see how the Lady Tigers respond with a little over 8 minutes left to go here in the fourth quarter. Neal with the ball. Good try, 15-footer. Are you kidding me?
That was beautiful.
That's daggers. That's ice water running in the veins right there.
She said, I'm here to play. I want to win.
All inside to Green. Green shot up off the window. Good job of just catching and making the spin move in the post and getting to the window.
That is a 20-second point right there.
60 to 55-hour score. And what a barn burner we've had from the big house. O'Neal. Shot no good. Rebounded underneath by Boyd. Boyd is called to grind today for the Lady Tigers.
And they will need it to finish out this game strong and to get this victory.
60 to 57-hour score. Oh, should have been steps called. And they would call a foul on that. Oh my goodness, it's become a nickel dimer. Ticky-tack coming into play. Southern Jaguars will go to the line. That'll be Brianna Green. Green, first shot up, no good. She was 6 for 6 from the free throw line up until that attempt. A number of people have played today for the Jaguars.
You have Brianna Green, you have Brianna Thompson, you have Skylar Bear, Tanea Charles, Samantha Duncan, you have Courtney Parsons that also played, Jaden Towner, Sarai Blissett. Most of the team played today.
Ball's going to be tipped away from Neal. It's going to be tipped back into the hands of the Grambling Tigers. Good hustle play by Parsons. Now in the hands of Neal again. Neal gives it up. Wild pass. Ooh. Inside look. Oh, no call? Rebounded underneath. And another no call. 2-point advantage for the Lady Jags. Here's where you have to be smart. Coach Sandy Pugh telling her team, hey, settle down, play our game. Coach Murray encouraging his ladies to step up and play more aggressively on the defensive end. They're going to call her for steps. Now another change on the clock. It goes 61-57. Just a second ago, it was 60 to 58. Finally got that corrected. Full-court pressure being applied by Southern. Ball in the hands of Shekyla Hill. Hill will set the offense, gives it up to Neal. Neal thinks about it, 15-footer, no good. It came out of her hand, kind of out of the side of her hand.
It's a little rushed.
And here's the other thing. In that situation, you don't have to be in a hurry. You can set and get a better look. Green shot up and good. Can you say that that's just amazing how smooth she's playing?
You can tell she's used a lot of time practicing that shot and that formation to finish off those points. You have to get off that block because obviously anything within the elbow, she's hitting.
24 points in the ball game for Green for Southern. Lady Tigers with the basketball. Shekyla Hill has it.
Mismatch.
Dribble drive, gets to the window.
Bucket.
Teardrop again. Makes you think about Prince when doves cry. 63-59. Oh, that's got to be offensive.
There you go. Way to beat her to the spot.
5:45 left to go in the fourth quarter of play. Substitution, Charles will come in for Butler. couple of other substitutions being made. Here's a chance for all the ladies to catch their breath for just a moment as play resumes.
The Southern will need their key players down the stretch at the end to finish off the game.
Hill with the basketball over to Neal. Lloyd has it. Back to Shekyla Hill. Hill dribbles, drives, puts it up, no good. Rebounded underneath, no good. Now put back up.
Finally got the foul.
And Shekyla Hill will go to the line. Hill goes to the line.
That was a foul on Jaden Towner.
First free throw shot up.
Good.
It is good for Shekyla Hill. Lady Tigers definitely need Hill to knock these down. She was 2 for 3 earlier in the basketball game from the free throw line. Hill has 11 points in the ball game. Here's the second shot up, and it is good. Only a 2-point advantage for Southern University. Let's see if the Lady Tigers can get some defensive pressure going and get a turnover that will help them to get something going offensively.
This is a very pivotal part on both teams' offense and defense. Whatever happens from this point until the 2-minute mark can be the determining factor to see who will become victorious and who will lose.
Turnover for Southern University. Traveling violation is going to be called. That's the 18th turnover for Southern University. Hill with the basketball. A little over 5 left to go. Hill dribble, drives, thought about it. Boyd, step back. 3-pointer, no good. Look at the hustle, though. Look at the hustle by Shekyla Hill coming from the top of the key underneath to try to rebound that basketball. There's a timeout on the floor. 63-61, our score. Southern University on top. We'll take this timeout, and we'll be right back. Is our score. The Jaguars of Southern and the Lady Tigers of Grambling State University.
Before this day is up, they're going to make sure they get about $50 in quarters from you.
I tell you what, if this was love offering time in church, they would have plenty of money out of my pocket. 63-61, ball at the top of the key. Sarah Blissett. Jaguars setting those high screens. We talked about the back picks as well. Looks like the old
off the easy.
Yeah,
off the easy.
Took that one right off the head. Gives a new meaning to take it to the head, huh? Parsons will have it knocked off of her head, and then they turn the basketball over. That's an awful pass. You don't have to make that pass.
Now it's a very difficult pass from one side of the court to the other. The baseline, so unnecessary.
So at this point, you're thinking, how much does fatigue play a role in the decision-making process?
I think it plays a huge role, but what I could say from looking from both sides of the court, both teams look very well conditioned, and they don't look extremely tired. Oh, they just caught a break there.
Good job by Southern University of moving the basketball, getting it inside. Ball goes to the four wings of the elbow and then down inside. Shot goes up and it is no good.
Remember all of these misses at the free throw line add up. And eventually when we look at the end of the game, this may be one of the reasons why the game may go in favor of whoever it goes to.
Southern University 13 of 20 in the basketball game from the line. Another missed shot, make it 13 of 22. Neal with the ball, 2-point advantage for Southern University. Going back to when Grambling and Southern played earlier, Southern won at the Mini-Dome by almost 20 points. A little different basketball team. Here's the dribble drive, teardrop, no good, rebounded underneath, and a foul finally called for the favor of Grambling State University. But it's a 14
to Maya Butler.
Butler has her second foul of the game.
She's had a long day having to guard Shekyla Hill the entire 40 minutes of this game. She will have to do that down the stretch. I think she probably had a little breather early in this quarter for about 30 seconds or so. But besides that, she's been having to have Shekyla Hill, and she's done a relatively solid job. But still is a huge task to take on.
Monisha Neal knocks down her 15th point. It says 14 on the board, but officially they have her down already with 14. So we'll go with what they have officially. 14 points in the game, according to the board. On the stat sheet, it says 14 already. Rebounded underneath by Hill. Boyd puts it up and under and goes off the glass. What a nice move.
Way to energize this team.
1-point advantage for Grambling State University.
And that's those gutter, gritty, garbage points that we talk about. That you need to develop that grit down the stretch when you play teams like Southern University or another conference powerhouse team. Those little points, those little nuances all matter.
3-point ball going out. Should have let it go out. Rebounded by Grambling State. Shekyla Hill will give it up. Nice shot. Get off the window. And Coach Sandy Pugh has seen enough. What a job by Grambling State University. 66-63 is our score. Grambling on top of Southern University.
It's so cold in here, it has to be a new freezer. It has to be a new freezer. The way that these girls are playing with that ice in their veins, it's only right we hit the new freezer challenge.
Grambling trying to move to 7-3. Good job of getting the ball inside, and the toughness of Parsons to be able to finish the bunnies that we talked about earlier. Some of those we missed, and I say Grambling State University missed earlier in this contest, and that could have made a big difference going in at halftime.
Of course. And what we're seeing right now is, like we said, this gritty play that's going to... This win is not going to be a pretty one in any way, shape, or form. But whoever wants it the most will show themselves out this final 3 minutes of regulation.
Grambling with 32 points in the paint in today's game. Shot going up from the top of the key. 2-point bucket up and good for Southern University's count. Ball's over on the far side of the floor. 66-65. Graham on top, inside to Neal. Neal puts it up. Off the window and good! What a good job of the drop step that time by Monisha Neal, and taking the brutal punishment, but she'll go to the line for the Lady Tigers. 68-65, our score. Grambling on top.
That is that veteran
That was the 5th foul in the basketball game for Parsons.
Let's go on 3.
Southern has a little time before they make an adjustment, and they will. Parsons will sit. She's been tough in today's game. Monisha Neal goes to the line for Grambling with 2.5 left to go here in the 4th quarter of play. You talked about gritty and grinding. You can't ask for anything better than what you've been able to see from Grambling here in the 4th quarter. Parsons putting a little pseudo-pressure ball, going to be turned over. Steal goes to Williams, and now in the hands of Shakila Hill. Let's see what the Lady Tigers can do here in the last 2 minutes to preserve an opportunity for a win. Hill with the basketball, being defended heavily by Butler. High screen and roll action. Ball gets tossed across the court. Boyd, dribble, drive, push up the shot, and she'll go to the line.
Wow. What a swing of things in this last 3 minutes of this game. If you're Grambling at this point, you just have to preserve the clock and make sure that you have great time management and run the clock as much as you can to make sure that you are able to go home with this win.
Boyd at the line, first shot up, and good.
Free throws are the name of the game. They're free points, just got to maximize them.
5-point advantage for Grambling. The largest lead so far in the game has been 6 points by Southern University.
Another one by Jasmine Boyd. Jasmine Boyd has played so phenomenal today, as she has been one of these emotional leaders that has come up so big for this team today. Great effort that they're all showing all the way around.
Lady Jags moving the basketball. 3-pointer being put up. Nothing at the bottom of the net. Jaden Toner knocks it down. Monisha Neal with the basketball. 3-point advantage for the Lady Tigers with 1:30 left to go. Coach Freddie Murray is telling his team that they need to just relax at this particular point. Understand they have the lead. Ooh, off the window, and they count it. Yes, sir.
Block it, foul, and one by Shakila Hill.
Foul goes against Brianna Green. That will be her 4th foul. Boy, those have been some interesting calls throughout the course of this game. Only one offensive charge or foul has been called in the game.
And there's been a lot of contact throughout the whole entire game.
She misses the free throw. That could have given Grambling a little bit of a cushion. Heads up in the crowd right there. That ball was knocked off the foot of Shakila Hill. Timeout on the floor with 1:14 left to go. Grambling on top, 73-68. We'll step out. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the Assembly Center, 73-68 our score. Grambling on top inside of a minute. The Jaguars have the basketball. A lot of pressure being put on. Shot off the window, good. That tells you how tough Brianna Green really is to be able to make that spin move in the lane and knocked down that shot. 73-70 our score. Cletus, this has been an interesting basketball game, back and forth throughout the course of this game. You've seen the toughness of both teams just down the stretch. It looks as if Grambling has just had a little bit more of that grind that they need to have this three-point advantage.
I would also say that Grambling has shown the balance of their entire team. Grambling has understood that Chicago needs to stay on the floor, which is something most teams would not be able to do. But then to have the players and the pieces around to be able to complement her down the stretch shows how good of this team Grambling could be.
Brianna Green for Southern University with 26 points in the game. Grambling has 3 players in double digits. You talked about balance. That shows balance.
And Brianna Green is phenomenal. She's played an amazing game. Every time she gets the ball, you feel as if she's going to score. And the fact that Grambling has been able to make those adjustments are speaking loudly on the coaching. Wow, dangerous pass, and she's hit in the face.
Dangerous pass off of the face of Boyd. Ball will, was it the ball or a hand? It looked like it may have been a hand to the face. Ooh. Interesting decision. They're going to go to the replay one more time to sort out what could have transpired. One of the things that we did see was the hand to the face part and a touch of the basketball. So let's see what happened here. Pass comes to Neal. Neal tries to get it back to Boyd, and a nice smack to the side of the head.
So I'll ask the common question. Is this call a foul? Because this is a big call to make at this point of this game.
Interesting to see how the officials would call this. They didn't call it a foul initially.
Is it a turnover? So does someone need to be penalized for another player being injured?
Actually, they're going to say that the tip was off of the hands of Grambling's Boyd, and then what happened after that was accidental. So Southern has the basketball. So 56 seconds. Southern, the best team in this conference, you never can count them out of the ball game. Ball in the hands of Green. Who do you think they were going to go to at this point in the basketball game? She has 26 points. Here's a cut underneath by Skylar Obair, and a foul's going to be called after Boyd goes for the rebound attempt. Who are they going to call this foul on? Foul called against number 42, Brianna Thompson. Kathy Boyd at the line for Grambling State University. Boyd in the ball game is 3 for 4. This is our first time at the line, or second time, isn't it? Boyd goes to the line. First shot up and good.
That is catch.
You gotta like the little shimmy that she does before she puts the shot up.
I love her demeanor. Like I said, it's that new freezer because she got ice in her veins.
Hair flip. 74-70 our score with 43 seconds remaining. What a game for the high schoolers who have come from far and near to watch the Lady Tigers play. Second shot up, good, 5-point advantage, Grambling, and a timeout call by Southern University. 43 seconds left to go here in the game. Grambling Lady Tigers with a 5-point advantage. Again, you can't discount. 75-70 will take the timeout along with Southern University. We'll take this timeout. We'll be right back. Lady Tigers looking at the pass inside at the foul. 75-70 our score. That last play set up this 5-point advantage for Grambling State University. Southern has it side out in the hands of Butler. Butler will give it up. Ball's going to be tipped away. Kyla Hill did a good job of resisting the urge that time. Three-pointer put up by Green, no good. Fight for the rebound, and it's going to be Grambling basketball.
What I've seen from Southern University and what they're trying to do with Green is they have to actually set her up. What they're doing is trying to help her create her own points, and what we're seeing is that not being as effective as it's been throughout the game for her. So now you're seeing two hard, difficult shots that are highly contested by Green and a desperation moment.
Full court pressure being put on by the Jaguars of Southern University, and a foul is going to be called. Shakila Hill will go to the line.
And that is a very, very, very important foul. Stops the clock, and it brings Shakila Hill, one of the better free throw shooters of this team, to the free throw line. If you were to do this, you are supposed to foul a player that is not a high caliber free throw shooter, but the ball is going to Shakila.
Shakila Hill has an opportunity to give this Grambling Lady Tigers a win, and to start the second half of the SWAC season 1-0. Lady Tigers with the win today will actually move to 10 wins on the season, and they will move to 7-3 overall in the Southwestern Athletic Conference.
And also will show the conference that the Lady Tigers are contenders for this year's championship.
Got to remember, last year the Grambling Lady Tigers went on a 10-game winning streak that gave them a 14-4 record and a share of the conference title last year. And Coach Freddie Murray was able to take that team and get them into the women's NIT winning basketball game over a very decent Ole Miss basketball team, and the Lady Tigers advanced to go to Tulane. So right now the object for Coach Murray is to get this team on a roll so they will not necessarily go to the NIT, but break it to the NCAA women's tournament.
And Coach Murray is doing a phenomenal job, and this team is definitely built for that. With leadership from Shakila as well as leadership from Monisha Neal.
Monisha Neal has 17 in the game. Shakila Hill has 15 in the game. Jasmine Boyd has 12 for Grambling.
And these women are filling up the stat sheet.
Can't say enough about the guts that it takes to play for Coach Freddie Murray and this Grambling Lady Tiger basketball team. First free throw shot, up. Second free throw shot, up and good. 6-point advantage. Still plenty of time for the Lady Jags. Charles with the basketball. Will kick out. Thought about the three ball. Shot goes up. Foul's going to be caught.
Unnecessary foul.
Another one on Williams. That's her fourth foul. 77-70 our score. That's Scott at the line for Southern University. First shot up and good. Wonderful crowd on hand for this basketball game between these two powerhouses in the conference. Even better for the young people who are a part of high school day to come in and actually see the Lady Tigers get a win. Don't go anywhere, fans. The men will be starting up approximately probably about 20 minutes after this game is over with. Lady Tigers will take the ball out with 17 seconds. Monisha Neal with the basketball, pushes it up the sideline in the hands of Shakila Hill, underneath to Williams. Williams puts it up and good. And I was just about to say, did somebody call a timeout, or was there a clock issue?
There's definitely a clock issue. Once the basket was good, the clock was supposed to stop until it touched again, and about 1.3 seconds ran. So now we see that it's back at 10 seconds, an 8-point lead by the Grambling State Lady Tigers. And you hear the crowd in the back going crazy.
You hear the Na, hey, hey, goodbye.
Thank you for coming.
Many years ago, they used to pull out the keys and say, start the bus. Using another old reference, Cletus, you can officially put a fork in Southern University. They are done. 3-point shot, step back three, no good. 2 seconds, one, and that's going to do it as the Lady Tigers defeat the Southern Jaguars 79-71 here at the Frederick C. Hobbs Assembly Center. Coach Fred Murray and his team, outstanding job moving to 7-3, and the 7-3 in the Southwestern Athletic Conference, giving them their 10th win of the season. But it also moves the Southern Jaguars to now 8-2, only their second loss. So in just a few minutes, we'll have Coach Murray with us over here on the sideline just to talk with us. We'll take this timeout, and when we come back, we'll have Coach Freddie Murray and his victorious Grambling State University Tigers over Southern University 79-71. We'll be right back.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we would like to make a special presentation to one of our women's basketball players. Last Saturday, sixth guard Maurice Mills scored 11 points against the University of Arkansas Pine Bluff to surpass the 1,000-point mark for her career. Coming into today's game, she has played in 105 career games for the Lady Tigers and has scored 1,008 points. Presenting her with the commemorative game ball is GSU head women's coach, Freddie Murray. Congratulations, Motion!